When will I be good enough to be all I wanna be? When will I be good enough to live my life and be free? When will I dance till the morning lights up my day? When?
Can you talk a little about your heritage, your family heritage of healing?
Sure.
Yeah.
My grandmother was a spiritual healer, and she would often take calls from patients who were suffering tremendously, all kinds of problems. And as a little boy, she had 2 telephone lines on her phone, and you remember the old push button lines, and they were constantly lit up. Calls were coming in all the time. And so she couldn't interrupt her practice to stop and play with me, or my brother. So we were simply there observing her. And observing her, and also knowing a little bit about the impact that she had on people's lives, I couldn't fail to think this is something of tremendous value. And I have, since in the years since my grandmother has since she's passed away, I've had people come up to me and say, "Oh, your grandmother, I was healed just by the sound of her voice when she picked up the telephone." And she saw that she had the confidence to know that anyone who called her could be healed.
Right.
That was number one.
Yeah.
Because, David, there are a lot of people in the world who have given up, or they think that there is no healing solution. And that's another way that the World Healers Network can be so valuable, is to provide hope. There needs to be hope. Hope is sort of the first step toward realizing healing, that there is hope. It's a first step. And I think her voice did 2 things. It gave people hope instantly, and it also relieved them from fear.
Where did her healing knowledge and wisdom come from? Was she from a family that were healers, her family, or was it something that, how did it happen for her? Do you have an idea?
Well, I think she had training, but I think the most fundamental skill to learn or to have is love. Love is the most powerful healer. And again, that's not something that is, I say lightly, or I consider to be something that's just mere human affection, but the power of love, which is the power that conquers fear. She had that, and she had a basic understanding that man was made in the image and likeness of God. And because she knew that, and she believed it, and she trusted in that basic truth, that's the way she saw. She saw people who were coming to her in all sorts of conditions, and she saw them as the child of God. And that very knowledge had the power to heal an awful lot of people. So here I was, as a little kid, I was observing this, and that gave me a basis for wanting to know more, and wanting to do it myself to the extent that I could. And the work that I've done professionally has been not only about healing individuals, but healing organizations, companies, nonprofits, governments. I've been given a little bit of a window into a lot of different organizations, and organizations need healing just as much as people do.